Morning. My name is Hank McGregor. It's the morning of the KZN Epic KZN Surfski Championships. Just about to have some eat. Welcome to my house.
Breakfast.
Taking over the reins as anchor presenter is the current K1 Marathon World Champ and a man undefeated in the Discovery Best 4 Surfski series this winter, Hank McGregor.
Looks like there's a little bit of wind. There's a little bit of assistance. Anything is going to help there. To be honest with you, when you get to the race, I sort of wing a lot of stuff and just do it whatever comes naturally. You know? When you're out racing big ocean races, the tide doesn't really play too much of a role. At the end of the day, it's all about racing the guy next door to you. Just hopefully have a good day out. You know, you never know what's going to happen, but you just hope today is your day and not somebody else's.
The plan was to stage two 30k races, singles on Saturday and doubles on Sunday, looking to take advantage of the best wind conditions, and a really big field rose to the challenge.
Well, I'm standing at the start, KZN Epic KZN Championships. I'm taking over commentating, even though I'm going to race in a few seconds. I think Dave McLeod has gone on holiday and I've taken his job, but maybe this is something for the future for me. But just wanted to say, I hope I'm going to have a great race out there, and the conditions are pretty flat. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a long way, but hopefully I can get to the finish somewhere near the leaders or maybe even first. Well, before I get on the water, I think we should go and chat to some of the people that will be racing out there today. Now, Herman, do you use any Garmins or any technology to help you in the open ocean racing out there?
Definitely, I've got a Garmin on my Surfski. It's just basically to see how far I've gone. I've got a heart rate monitor as well to see if I go over 200 on Hank's wash, then I can slow down. But obviously with modern technology, you've got to use it, and it actually helps. It helps you more and more in every race you do.
I'm standing next to a legend of his own, Tony Scott. Tony, do you have any race strategies today?
Hank, I don't think so. You know, I think the conditions are such that we can't look for any far out lines or inshore lines because there are no runs to look for. It's pretty flat, and I think it's just straight. Tiger line, as the crow flies.
My Garmin's just told me it's about 26 kilometers, so it's a fairly flat sea. So for the guys at the back of the field, they will be smiling because they're going to get there. The sea's not going to be too rough. I don't think there's going to be too much to read out there today in terms of sometimes these races are whether you went deep or shallow. Today I don't think there's going to be much in it. It's just going to be a fun day out for some and a hard day out for some.
Standing at the start here with Travis Wilkinson, General Manager of South African Canoeing. Travis, you going to have a good day out there? Are the conditions suiting you, or would you prefer a little bit more wind?
Hank, I'd love a bit more wind. This doesn't suit me. It's a long way to Umschloti on a flat sea, but it's still going to be great fun.
Joe boy, what is your race strategy today? You going to have fun out there?
There's a whole lot of old people out there as well, just like me, but hey, whatever happens, happens. I'm going to go straight out to this mark out here and just get the angles right, get the wave right, like I do normally, and let's see if we can catch you up. Eh?
The route used for the race is the same 26 kilometers used for the World Cup course last year. From Marine out across the bay to Umhlanga, then parallel the coast coming into Umhloti Beach, or La Mercy Beach as it's popularly known. A graded start with the paddlers heading out to the turning buoy. The D batches off first, followed by the other batches, 10 minutes apart. Sea conditions at the start at Marine really mild, a small wave on the backline, no sign of any swell out deeper. You can see though, every paddler in this race is budgeting energy to last the distance.
Can you tell us a bit about the course and what do you think of the conditions out there today?
Well, the race course is from here at Marine Lifesaving Club across the bay to the Umhloti River mouth. It's actually called La Mercy. It's 26 k's of paddling. Yeah, the conditions have turned out to be fairly flat. I did the short course earlier today, and there actually is a bit of a push on the ocean. I think certainly once the guys get out beyond the bay, that there'll definitely be a push, but not the wind we expected. In fact, it's an old story, but all of a sudden at 9:30 this morning, it suddenly changed to an east-southeast, which suddenly means a potential sort of coming in from the side there and later going east. So I moved the start 45 minutes earlier, shook the boys out of bed there. But I think we're going to see some honest racing. I think, that's the beauty about this format that we've now developed, working into the World Championships next year in Portugal, where we have the singles on the Saturday and the doubles on the Sunday. From an organisation perspective, it really makes things easy because you paddle the conditions on the day. It'd be great to have a window period, but you could land up waiting all year. The fit, strong, flat water paddlers are obviously not going to be upset about the fact that that today is going to be a bit flatter. It's going to be a great paddle. It's going to be an honest paddle, and we're expecting guys like Hank McGregor. Heard of him?
Maybe, sometime.
The last year's winning time was 1:45, so yeah.
Oh, he was fit.
The early starters getting to grips with the constipated sea. That means no runs anywhere, as A-Batch preps for the off.
Barry, do you have any race strategies? I know you use a lot of technology when you're racing there. You don't have to tell all your secrets, but what is your race plan?
I think the race plan for today is all hard work. Over the last 6 weeks we've been involved with the Best 4 Discovery Surski series, so we've had lots of training, and I think the oak that's done the hardest training over the last 6 weeks is the guy that's going to do well. And Richie's been in PE, so I don't really know how much training he's been doing. I've been racing Richie for 21 years over 5 different sports, and he's a guy that never gives up. So I'll be looking out for Richie, and specifically you've won 5 out of 5 races so far in the series, so this will be the last one. If you win this is the series for you, so we're all out to make sure that you don't have a clean sweep.
Standing here on the start line, next to a well-known figure on the beach, Matthew Bowman, legend in his own. As you can see, he's much bigger than me. Matthew, technology-wise, do you use anything when you're racing internet, like out in sea in the open ocean, or do you just wing it?
Depends. When I'm racing these savages like you, I wouldn't mind a little outboard. So I do have a couple secrets and a couple things there, but I'm not going to be telling you now, even if you're a commentator, because you'll know that your second job is a paddler. So yeah, in answer to your question, there are some things, but I'm not telling you what they are.
Microphone down and paddles up as McGregor and the elite racers get called onto the water for the start. The mood might look relaxed, but this field probably has 5 of the top 10 surfski paddlers in the world today, and there is plenty of pride at stake. McGregor making a trademark bold start, Matt Bowman sticking to him like glue as they head out into the bay, making a beeline for Umhlanga on a flat sea, sporting its finest colours. No less than 14 boats huddled in the front bunch in the first few kilometres. A shot from the back of Hank McGregor's boat as he starts pulling away and stretching the batch. An unusual sight as 14 or 15 boats gather on the front bunch. This is rare in surfski racing and only really feasible when conditions are seriously flat. This could take us back to the SA Marathon Champs in the Cape a few weeks back. Grant van der Walt, one of the contenders in the field, and one of the people who's almost certain to be at the race when it comes to the sharp end. One of the serious contenders. Hank McGregor picks himself as a serious contender, but then he's presenting this section. Also in the lineup, you'll see him in shot here, Barry Lewin on the outside as the pace starts to hot up for this massive front flotilla. Others to watch out, the very much on form Len Jenkins and the life-saving Ironman Matt Bowman, back from his first shot at the Molokai, where he was taught a lesson or two in the dying stages of the race. But already it's Hank McGregor who's starting to up the ante. Whoa, early on, anybody would have said this is crazy to break away, but that is exactly what Hank McGregor has done, and he has suddenly shattered the front bunch as he continues to up his stroke rate. Len Jenkins going well. These conditions will really suit him. The others within reach, Grant van der Walt, Matt Bowman and Brandon van der Walt. It's a one-horse race as McGregor races himself to Lamercy Beach at Umhloti in the unbelievable time of 1:45, and that's basically the same time as he posted at last year's World Cup over the same course. A masterclass at coming in through the surf. Just when he has to, he ups his stroke rate to power away from the wave growling in behind him, till he knows there's nothing between him and the KZN Surfski title. Another new title, another notch in the trophy stick for the champion.
Just kept consistent, nothing too extravagant, and got to the finish here. I managed to get in safely and take the title. So for me, it's a fantastic day out. KZN delivered, maybe not the strongest win, but a fantastic day for paddling.
Out at sea, there's only one other ski in sight. More than a minute back, Grant van der Walt strokes home to claim the silver medal, proving that he's back to his best after the bedeviling lower back problems that he's suffered. Len Jenkins posting a great result with his third, showing off the great form that he's currently in. Barry Bazaluan and Matt Bowman making up fourth and fifth. And Brandon van der Walt just behind them in his brand new boat in sixth. Now here's a big result coming as Nikki Russell heads the field for the ladies' title over Michelle Eder. Now Michelle Byrne, of course, as they head into the backline at Umhloti.
Nicole, you're looking very focused. How was your race?
It was a great race. I felt strong and there were nice little bumps at the end that I could work with, so I really enjoyed it. It was a great race.
Every reason to be chuffed with that result, pulling off a coup ahead of an elite women's field that contains some very experienced and determined athletes. After 30-odd clicks, you're tired, and when you approach the backline at Umhloti, it's pretty nerve-wracking. This is the surf that trashed a huge percentage of the field during last year's World Cup. And even though conditions were much milder this time around, confidence is rewarded while hesitation is cruelly punished. Now here's a man least likely to make a mistake in the surf, Mark Lewin. Oscar Chalupsky wrapping up their race as well, after what Billy Harker warned would be a good, honest paddle.
How was your race?
Tough, not enough wind, but beautiful water. I was met by a diamond ray just before here in crystal clear water. It's absolutely wonderful.
Neil Evans, how was your paddle?
I had one of the nicest paddles I had until I came in at the end with a bit of cramp, but that was absolutely awesome, well organised. Conditions were a bit tough and I think people battled with the flat water, but what a great race.
So at the end of 26 kilometres of testing flat water for the maiden epic kayaks KZN Surfski Singles Champs, victory going to Hank McGregor, second place going to Grant van der Walt, and the last place on the podium going to Len Jenkins.
Two things that I really concentrate on. Scientifically, I check all my Garmins, I know exactly how long my races are and what I'm doing. And the other thing is technique. I believe in technique brings you success. I don't believe fitness brings you success. I believe technique brings you success. You know, so I've spent my life perfecting a surfski technique for paddling, and I think it's working. And obviously, it's working. I mean, to beat Clint Robinson, you're not going to beat him because you're fitter and faster than him. That's definitely not what I am. You know. Somebody at 49 racing against these youngsters, it shouldn't be winning. The later I win these races at 49, I think they just get better and better. I mean, you don't expect to win it. I actually went there thinking I'm going to just warm up because it'll be good to win at 50. So this was my warm up, which went quite well. Now there's going to be lots of expectations when I turn 50. It was my first proper international surfski race, and as I say, in isolation we weren't allowed to race, so it was tough. I mean, and then suddenly I saw this race that had the best paddlers in the world, and the Aussies were coming there, and to win it at my first attempt at 20 and to win it at 49 is out of this world. I mean, because the opposition, everybody in the world, wherever I travel to, and I travel a lot, everybody wants to go and win the Malacca. Yeah, next year the whole Chalupsky family is going to do it, so it'll be all three generations. My father's trying to do it with Walter, my son, Luke, myself. So all three generations doing the Malacca, which will be fantastic. I'm not say the easiest parents, but at the end of the day, I like success, I like perfection, I like commitment. You know, if you're going to do something, do it properly, and that's what I was taught from day one, and that's what I'm teaching my son from day one. You've got to do that, you know. And I hate seeing him where you've got a talent like my son and he doesn't train hard enough, or he doesn't do what I tell him, you know. And my father started off by saying, listen, when you're a nipper, if you win the nipper Ironman, I'll give you a 10-speed racing bike, and that's made me start training, and that was at 13 years old, and from that day I never looked back. I always went really hard to make teams, and then thought I was invincible. It hasn't changed. So I was a real supreme athlete up till 25, where I never drank, I was in bed early, I was one of those kind of guys, and then slowly sort of relaxed, and that's why I'm still paddling. I enjoy it, and then sometimes a few rewards come, like winning a Molaka and winning an odd race, but I always go into races trying to win. If you take me on ping pong next week, I'm going to go and practice, get the top ping pong guy in South Africa, and I'll take you on in 2 weeks' time. And I've done it in squash, I've done it in tennis, I've done it in every single sport there is. Arrogance and confidence is a very fine line. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm one of those people that don't hide behind saying that, oh, maybe I actually want to win, but I won't tell anybody in case I don't win. I'm one of those guys, listen, I'm going to go and win. I'm going to try my best to win, and this is how I'm going to do it, and this gives me a sort of goal that I don't want to disappoint people that I've told that I was going to win. You know? So it's just one of those things. I put myself under pressure a lot of the time by saying, oh, I'm going to go and win. You know? And I thrive on adversity, and I thrive on people saying you can't do it in anything. To be the best and try and be the best, and whatever it takes to be the best, because it doesn't come easy. You have to do the big training sessions, you've got to do the lots of work, you've got to do all those things. You know? It doesn't come easy, it's just hard work.
Coming up in the second half of the show, the doubles race from the Epic Kayaks KZN Ski Champs. More nutrition news with Nikki de Villiers. Then we check out the SA Open for both wave ski and stand-up paddleboarding. Down to the Cape for the SA Marathon Champs. And we wrap it up with your latest submission of hot clips.